On a simmering 88-degree day, two teams come in cold, but desperate to heat up as we enter the final third of the season. Charlotte Independents are winless in their last 7, while Westchester haven't finished a match with a win in their last 9. The USL League One, presented by Social Pet, is live on ESPN+. Hello and welcome, I'm Ryan Lee. Thanks for joining us. And this is the second and final meeting between Westchester and Charlotte. One was Mike Jeffries reminded us why he's the master and why Dave Carton is still the student. A halftime substitution brought in Swaybu Maru, and the substitute delivered in every way, shape, and form. A brace by Maru and an ensuing red card late in the match would put Maru in prime position for a 93rd minute game winner that would break the hearts of the 914th Infantry to deliver a 3-2 win back on May 10th. Maru came off the bench in that match like he will today. So our player to watch, brought to you by Gatorade, will feature some heavy artillery. In the blue corner, Christian Cheney. The 30-year-old scored twice against Greenville, earning a Team of the Week nod. That match marked his 200th pro appearance, and his 8 regular season goals rank number 3 in USL League One for 2025. And in the white corner, Charler's GOAT leader from a season ago, Juan Carlos Obregon. The Honduran heads home in the offseason, but not before leading Charlotte and the entire league in goals with 10. When asked how do you stop him, Mike Jeffries could only chuckle and say, "We'll do the best we can." Mike Jeffries has led the Charlotte Independents for a decade, with Dave Carton right beside him until his move to Westchester last August. For the first time, Westchester are in Charlotte. Lineups and kickoff are next.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come for the best.
When it comes to delivering high-quality, affordable healthcare, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it.
We return here to Charlotte, where the Independents and Westchester SC face off for the first time in Charlotte. Tonight's Charlotte Independents match is presented by Social Pet. Social Pet is proud to be the official pet hotel and daycare provider of the Charlotte Independents. When you go out of town, Social Pet Daycare has you covered. Check out online at www.socialpethotel.com. We make our way to the starting 11s, where Mike Jeffries is making no changes from the last match against Greenville, especially in a 4-goal outing. Cheney is the lone forward in the 4-2-3-1, where his brace versus Greenville was worthy of Team of the Week and puts him top 3 in League One goals. Baquero leads the Golden Playmaker race with 6 assists. He and Haregi were both on Team of the Week, and Matt Levy is 20 for 20 in 2025. And Westchester is making a pair of changes as well for Dave Carton, as 2 former Jacks are in the starting 11. JC Obregon led Charlotte in goals last year, and he leads League One this year with 10. Joel Johnson spent over 200 matches with Charlotte, which is a franchise record. Hammersley starts his third straight in goal, 10 across all comps, still looking for win number 1. We make our way towards the pitch. J.C. Obregon and company will have a lot to fight for in this match to start off match week 24 in USL League One. One of 4 ex-Charlotte players coming back to American Legion Memorial Stadium, including head coach Dave Carton, a longtime assistant with Charlotte Independence, the franchise record holder in matches played in Joel Johnson, as J.C. Obregon whips it in as Westchester starts with the ball. They are in the white. They will start from right to left. Left to right in the blue will be Charlotte. It's Ryan Lee and our entire ESPN Plus crew. Thank you for joining us here at American Legion Memorial Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Lengthy droughts have been on the docket for both teams. For Charlotte, they have struggled to get wins, but they haven't struggled to get points. Same with Westchester. They're on the attack as they attempt to flip it wide towards Sadie and trickles across the end line after a block in front for a corner. Early action in the Charlotte end and Matt Levy's goal. As we mentioned in the formations, he has started all 20 of the regular season matches as we have the first corner of the match brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Curled in, straight to Levy. As mentioned, Charlotte, they have not mustered up a win in their last 7. Many of those coming with only 1-point outings rather than the full 3. 4 draws and 3 losses across this drought for the Charlotte Independents, and for Westchester SC, they have been winless in their last 9 when they've completed the game, including the forfeiture of Spokane Velocity midway through July. If you take that game out, they are winless in their last 6, which includes 4 losses and only a pair of draws, putting them currently at the bottom of the table. But because things are so tight in USL League One, especially in that bottom half of the table, there is opportunity for Westchester to catch up. Only 5 points behind a current 8-9 tie between Texoma and Portland Hearts of Pine, who will play later on in the weekend. So there's an opportunity if Westchester can string along some results for them. With 11 matches left to go, there will be an opportunity once we hit October, as this comes back towards the other goal with Andrew Hammersley touching it up. Both teams coming off of shootout wins. For Charlotte, it was that back and forth that accumulated 9 total goals, while Greenville would get the 5-4 victory when that was all said and done. And for Westchester, a 3-all draw against South Georgia Tormenta. Along the wing, Sadie curls it inside, blocked, no second try. Auregi tightropes the line, and despite the appeals, he actually did keep that one in play. Whistle down in Charlotte's end. Touch forward, and that's back-to-back whistles against Charlotte. This time going against one of the longtime veterans of this Charlotte squad, Nick Spielman, a staple in the center back spot. Him and Clay Dimmick have been the center and wing backs on the right side of the 4-back for Mike Jeffries for pretty much as long as they've both been on the roster. For Dimmick, it's been 7 years since he joined the Independents from trials and has been a staple on the roster since. For Spielman, this is year 3. Sadie cannot keep it in as that one gets pinged off the corner flag. Quick grapple on Gouzain. He looks to get free. And a sliding tackle made by Charlotte to force that out of play, but well done as well because it does not result in the corner. It will be a Matt Levy goal kick. Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents. With same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Headed at center by Okiyoshi. Haregi joins the play. Okiyoshi jostles for position. Lifted wide for Sadie, but overhead. A lot of defensive woes have been some of the year-long storylines for both Charlotte and Westchester, especially when you just look at some of the raw numbers. There are two teams who love to attack. They can both create chances at will, and both have been teams that at points of the season, you've had to outscore them in order to get the better of them. And that has been an opportunity because both teams have also been leaky defensively, especially as of late. For Charlotte, their 30 goals allowed are the fourth most in the league. As Drac gets looked out on the sideline in his Westchester side, they've allowed 38 goals this season. That is the most in USL League One. Drac returns as it's a quick twirl by Omar Sis. Javid Romero and Nick Spielman are the two center backs for Mike Jeffries. Driven ahead, Christian Cheney tapped down in the box, too far in front. Crew, Adebayo are our crew, all in green today. They'll be navigating the traffic as it comes in this game. And there most certainly can be a lot of it, considering that both these two teams have succumbed to some aggressive play that have hampered both teams, especially down the stretch. Westchester keep it in play. They look to build. Lifting it ahead, Obregon on Spielman. Wide angle try, deflects off Spielman. Second corner coming for Westchester. This nice wing play, trying to set up your, not only your top goal scorer on your team, but the top goal scorer in all of USL League One. Trying to get him on those one-on-ones has helped, as we have another corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Along the line, and it's the hands of Matt Levy that will hold things up. Turnaround, slip through, Cheney too far in front, but a nice attempt by Moshe Bane to attempt to set up the 30-year-old who is top 3 in goals in USL League One this season. And Cheney's had himself quite a couple of days over the last 6 to be exact. A brace against Greenville Triumph. It was enough for Team of the Week, where he has been absolutely stellar. Puts his total on 12 on the season, which puts him at 4 consecutive seasons with double digits for Cheney. 2 for him would put him at 10 in the regular season. Another attack for Westchester, too far in front, as they cannot be connected by Gouzain. Charlotte with the overall frustration in recent form, just acknowledging the difficulties were Mike Jeffrey, just trying to maintain the confidence in their style of play. But one way that they can absolutely do so is with the different styles that they have offensively to really tinker around and get creative with some of the attack that they've been able to muster up. Talking about how they had a very intense offseason with a true intention on getting better on the offensive side of things. Charlotte, a franchise that has been more or less trademarked with their defensive discipline, that have been able to just put teams in low-scoring slugfests and getting results by shutting other teams down. This year's been a lot of the opposite, trying to outrace teams at times. A lot of offensive firepower up front. Haregi, Bakero, most certainly two of those contributors. Sis slipped around from Drac. Mike Jeffries and Charlotte Independent. Our injury report is brought to you by Novant Health. Only the one long-term injury to Mike DeShields, who has not played since the beginning of the season. Only 3 matches for him. Westchester have been really beat up, including one of their key off-season acquisitions in Jonathan Bolaños, coming from Huntsville City, where he led them in goals a year ago. He tweaked up his ankle against Tormenta. He's out today. Long ball attempted, chopped down by Inga, back for Obregon. Splits out, Powder from outside, and saved by Levy. Second try in front, takes a deflection in the box. Still alive for Prince Sadie. Sadie across, punched out by Spielman. Drac elevates, headers back to Bauman. Cannot be controlled by Gouzain, so what can Charlotte do on the reversal? Only as far as Rashid Tete, but Westchester cannot contain that last string of possession. Pepsi Cola is the official soft drink of the Charlotte Independents. Enjoy an ice-cold Pepsi while watching the Jacks. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas. Attempting to go deep as Drac chests it to Andrew Hammersley, starting 3 consecutive in between the pipes for Dave Carton. It's his 10th appearance and start across all competitions. A lot of the early playing time in goal was done by an ex-Charlotte Independence man himself and Dane Jockerman, but he spots the bench for the 24-year-old Hammersley from the Long Island area, where he was getting hammered by the Ibises last time out in that 3-3 draw against Tormenta. He has been steady, especially in his last couple of stops in the NCAA. Turnaround, Bowman, distance try, blocked in front. Way to get in front of it with the body, Javier Romero, but it will be a Westchester throw. Romero has been so steady in this back line for Mike Jeffries, coming from the U23 side of Chivas in Mexico. For the LA native at only 18 years of age, he's had a lot of great experience, including a couple of years in MLS Next Pro with LAFC2's organization. Drac. Receives it as Njai barrels him down. A lot of familiar names in Charlotte on this Westchester roster. A lot of returning players in Charlotte from a year ago. Not a whole lot of changes, but a lot of holes that were filled, especially in the attacking side of things. Both coaches more or less mirror images of each other. In our talks this week, Mike Jeffries said that no one else knows the system and me probably as much as anyone as Dave does. Dave Carton, actually the hotel they were staying at, he said it was about 5 minutes from the house he was living in Charlotte. It was a little weird being away from home, a place he still refers to as home, Charlotte, where he was with the Independence organization for nearly 2 decades, back in 2007 as an academy director before departing at the end of the 2024 season. Sadie around Haregi. Scoops it, punched out by Levy. And a lot of operation has been done by Prince Sadie on this near side, maybe attempting a deflection towards Obregon, as we have another corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Service will be taken by another ex-Jack, the 32-year-old from Liberia, Joel Johnson. Spent 8 total years with Charlotte. Serves it in, headed up by Spielman. No one has eyes except for Njai and Sis outside of Charlotte's box. Scooping towards the area as we have a jump ball, and Haregi tumbles with there's a jump ball, and you had 2 guys both going for it. Joel Johnson, who wears the captain's armband, and the 20-year-old Rafael Haregi. Good to see them both back on their feet as they return to the respective sides. As we take a look at Joel Johnson, he spent 220 of his 388 professional matches with the Charlotte Independence, spanning 8 seasons and 2 stints. 8 of 10 of his seasons in the entire USL were with Charlotte. He comes back for the first time wearing the captain's armband, representing Westchester, where he made the transition away from Charlotte this past offseason. Johnson still holds the club record for most appearances across all competitions, 220. Off the dead ball spot, played up by Levy with Spielman and Romero. Challenges that Westchester have had to deal with have been due to them being a first-year club. A lot of experience on this roster, and with how tight the playoff race is, with about a third of the way to go, there is opportunity for them to continue climbing the table. Same goes for Charlotte, sitting in 5th prior to today. Are the Independents tied at the 4-5 slot with 1 Knoxville, maybe trying to get a home game. Here comes Charlotte with numbers. Attempted cross is blocked. Noah Powder got in front of the Mashabane attempted cross, as he will walk to the flag for a corner. Another corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A. This time, for the first time, it will be the Jacks. John Baquero ready to serve an in-swinger. Leads the league in assists. Does he have one in his pocket in the 19th? Baquero headed away as Bowman jumped in. Haregi keeps it in play. Cheney's down, settles down, and scooping that one up and out of play was Westchester, but it will go for back-to-back corners. Or rather, that they even crossed the end line before it was kept in by Hammersley. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official health insurance provider of the Charlotte Independents. Blue Cross NC makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans from Blue Cross NC. Better care starts here. Westchester need to take better care of the ball as Charlotte are back on after a midfield turnover. Chipping it along, too far in front of Sis. Works around the double team. Omar Sis serves it across, no header, down, in front, Cheney scores! Cheney sets the spin cycle as it is An opening goal for Charlotte.
Your independent goal brought to you by Botero Cards. Scored by number 99, Christian.
What a keep-in by Omar Sis to keep this one in play. Eludes the double team, just has his defender lost before serving it centrally, where Cheney settles, gets it, and roofs it when it was all said and done. And a lot of the credit can go to Omar Sis before it just gets dropped right into the lap of Christian Cheney for the opening goal. All replays brought to you by Black Tile Transportation. All goals are from Botero Carts. Christian Cheney, second most goals across all of USL League One history, continues to be on an absolute heater. That puts him at 3 goals in back-to-back games, including his brace against Greenville, which were both from the dot, and then gets one in the box himself. However, Westchester looked to respond. Okayoshi overshoots his intended target. That was Noah Powder, and it goes right for a Levy goal kick.
That pass goes over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Jacks.
Tune in August 20th for the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals. After 4 rounds of interleague play, 7 championship and 1 League One club remain alive as the knockout rounds begin. Wednesday, August 20th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Only 1 League One side, as mentioned in the Jaeger quarterfinals. That was the last opponent of Charlotte, the Greenville Triumph, who have been able to be the standalone in League One, despite maybe not necessarily having the regular season that have been up to Rick Wright standards, but they have been able to make the most of it, and they are still above the line for now, but in a very tight playoff race. Currently in 14th, Westchester are only 7 points behind the number 7 seeded Greenville Triumph as Cheney tries to walk it off. Romero and Inga. Attempted cross off a Westchester defender back to Spielman at the center circle. One more assist on the feed for the Christian Cheney opener on the 20-minute mark. Second assist for Sis on the season. That is goal number 9 for Cheney as Spielman works the lane. Widens for Dimmick. Dimmick centers. Cheney gets the body and a foul. The Charlotte Independents are proud to share a home field with Carolina Ascent FC, the new Division I women's professional soccer team. For more information on the exciting new Super League and this team, visit carolinaascent.com. Carolina Ascent Player Shield winners in the inaugural USL Super League, also playing their games here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Here's Bashir Njai. Waits for help. Inga. Cheney back on his feet, lets it go from distance, but that will go well onto the concourse. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN. the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the remainder of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Obregon and Spielman, they've probably seen each other a bunch in training, so that'll be a nice cat and mouse game to track throughout the whole game. Someone that, when we got a chance to talk about him, Mike Jeffries talked about the way that he moves, his ability to make runs for Obregon, and the overall contributions he had at his time with Charlotte. He also mentioned that in order to guard Obregon, sometimes you might need to bring a second body to help cover. Westchester might need to do the same as Charlotte's on the attack. Centering, Bashir and Jai. Sis. Through the feet of Haregi. Westchester still pinned in their own end. Hammersley only as far as Moshabane. Sis from range took a deflection, and this will trickle towards Hammersley. Westchester still looking for their third full win of the season. They were awarded that win in mid-July because of the issues with Spokane Velocity on that match that they had midway through July. So if you want to find the last time they earned their full 3 points, you have to go back to mid-June against Madison. Both of their wins have been on the road. They have yet to earn the full 3 points back at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. The road has been a place where Westchester have been able to comfortably deal with the adversity. A team that can rally around a lot of those adverse scenarios, especially with so many veterans on their team. Many of them coming within the USL circles, many of them coming from overseas. Have 3 guys coming from abroad on this starting 11 alone. Some harassment by Charlotte forces things back to Hammersley. Rashid Tete, the 30-year-old from Ghana, one of the 2 center backs for Dave Carton. Charlotte up to the door, can high. Whistle played, favoring Westchester. They return to play quickly, Guzan. Kimar Lawrence. On the outside, Sadie. Back to Lawrence. So much first team, first division experience for Kimar Lawrence, including his start for 4 years with the New York Red Bulls. Gets around a defender, chipping to the area. Too far for Sadie as he chases back. Sadie knocked down. Whistle favors Westchester. You had Haregi and Prince Sadie on that near side as Sadie was able to get it back around Moshabane, and then that late arrival by Rafael Haregi. They've been a mind games between some former teammates. Omar Sis has been with Charlotte for the last 4 seasons. Last time out against Greenville was game number 100 in USL League One and with Charlotte for Omar Sis. Recently turning 24 years old for the midfielder from Senegal. We are just past the half an hour. Charlotte up 1. Christian Cheney 10 minutes ago. Curled across and over.
Shot goes over the crossbar.
Just a touch over by J.C. Obregon, and it will be a goal kick for Charlotte. The Charlotte Independent storefront is live. Stock up for our next match on scarves, hats, shirts, and more. To shop our new online storefront, visit charlotteindependence.myshopify.com. Home run ball attempted towards Cheney before it's cut off by Teta. Sis juggles, back for Obregon, he stumbles. As Njai just barreled through his man Okayoshi. Taimu Okayoshi is on loan from Rhode Island, where he is coming over from the championship side after only 19 matches played with Rhode Island FC. That was after he spent a pair of years with Marshall after being a transfer from Salt Lake Community College, where he was a national JUCO champion in the NJCAA back in 2021. Okayoshi elevates. However, Dimmick disrupts the path of Sadie, but will give Westchester the corner. The throw-in, pardon. Right by the corner flag. Josh Track awaits to send the throw-in free for Westchester side, just looking to continue to embody the vision that Dave Carton set out at the beginning of the season. A lot of the things that they have done well has been because of the overall belief in the group and in their own abilities, as Westchester's offside. And even though they have had their respective struggles, even if you look at the table, you look at the numbers, and you look at that staggering stat that has been repeated near ad nauseum of their points dropped from winning positions, they are still very much in the race in the playoffs. And Coach Carton talking about how there is a run of momentum that can come at any time, especially in this league with as few games remaining. Each team and every game is going to produce a 6-point swing, especially with how much those bottom half teams have just been preying on each other. And with how close things are in that bottom half, there is an opportunity for Westchester, but after today, only 11 matches remain. Backloaded schedule as well, so there could be some ground to be made up. Guzan. Noah Powder with room. Guzan from range and over.
That shot over the crossbar. Goal kick for the Jacks.
All the soccer action you want and all the flexibility you need. Keep an eye out on all of Charlotte Independence channels to be the first to hear about our 2025 flex plans. Visit charlotteindependence.com for more details. Spielman and Romero back and forth. They've been relatively steady for the most part all season, but they have been leaky, especially in the last couple of games, late game scenarios. However, it's not like they're getting blown out across those unbeaten games. They are getting points, however, they've only come one at a time. They have not been in those bunches of three like they've been looking for since midway through June. As Drac has to be careful with Haregi sprinting forward. Charlotte with one of the strongest first halves in the beginning of the season. They were firmly in a home playoff spot, but a long string of no winning can do that. However, of the 3 games they did lose, they were only 1-goal games, all 3 of them. Texoma and Omaha were 1-goal games, as were Greenville. Sadie around Haregi, comes across to the deflection, off the hands of Levy. Return to Sadie. Guzan. And Sadie. Charlotte clogging the lanes. Westchester retreats. Bauman and Johnson. Nice back and forth. Okayoshi returns, comes across. Okayoshi waits, Drac from range, and it's right to Matt Levy. Under 10 minutes to go in the half. Held on by Sadie on a fadeaway pass as it's coming upward. Noah Powder centrally. Obregon back in front. Holds, turns, Guzan. He waits. Drac. Okayoshi. Returns for Guzan. Up the gut, Obregon, double teamed, and help from Charlotte to jar it loose. Cheney to Baquero in space. Baquero whips it across, Moshabani centers, Cheney blocked in front. Great pursuit by Kimar Lawrence to keep this game at 1. Now Westchester the other way. As the clouds darken and the rain starts to fall. Expected precipitation only will rise from here on out. But the action has only turned up. Josh Drac. And we have a man for Westchester down, and he's been down numerous times. One of the Westchester players, he was down, got back up, got back down again. That looks like Dean Guzan. As we just take a look, just a no contact, nothing. He was knocked down a little bit earlier. Some of the play continued end to end, and he goes down once again. And it was just one of those things. As we take a look at Mike Jeffries on the Charlotte sideline. 420 matches across all competitions at all levels. 295 of them have been with the Charlotte Independent since he took over in their inaugural season in 2014, both in the USL and in USL League One, where he has been a staple for Charlotte. Many of those years were joined by his assistant on the other side, Dave Carton, who now leads the way for Westchester. Was an assistant with the first team in the past 3 years in lockstep with Mike Jeffries, talking about how he knows what this team can be about, how dangerous they are, the overall group, talking about how they've been around a bit, and he just acknowledged that now that he's leading the expansion side, he can hang his hat and be proud of being a part of one of the most storied and longest run franchises to an opportunity with the new kids on the block with Westchester.
One more reminder, fans.
One of the five inaugural clubs in 2025. As Guzan continues to get looked at on the sideline.
Bulldogs here available for adoption. You never know, you can meet your best friend.
Fans join us at American Legion Memorial Stadium September 12th as the ride continues against your Independence face-off against FC Naples. First kick is at 7, gates open at 6. That'll be another opportunity for Charlotte to face one of the expansion clubs in this 2025 season. Naples, that's just shy of a month from now, and a couple of the newer clubs of League One are the next 2 home games after that to open up October, actually. Only the 1 home game in September. Spokane and AV Alta open up the home slate in October before their season home finale against the Red Wolves on the 17th of October. Long ball attempted, Dimmick poked out of play, Charlotte ball. A lot of the in-game metrics have favored Westchester to this point. Their opportunities, their high danger chances, but Charlotte with the lead in the scoreline from that man, Christian Cheney. Opens up room, Baquero! Overhead.
Cheney slips one over to Baquero. His deflection is over the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick for Westchester.
That's the top playmaker in John Baquero with Charlotte's top goal scorer. This time it's the reverse. Top goal scorer Christian Cheney trying to set up #1 USL League One assist contributor in John Baquero, whose goal against Greenville also earned him Team of the Week with Cheney. Powder holds on, Obregon can't fight past Romero. Narrowly in play is Fabrice Inga. Baquero. John Baquero off his own man. Westchester wanted an offside, but they win the advantage regardless. Speaking to Mike Jeffries about the recent run of play by John Baquero, he was talking about how some injuries earlier on the season kind of stunted his ability to really get familiar and comfortable with the system, but recently with the run of form, the consistent play, we are finally seeing the John Baquero that we've been looking for, that we brought in, finally doing the things that we saw in the pre-scout process. Spielman cuts off Obregon. Njai on the stumble. Back around for Bashir Njai. 70 total matches with the Charlotte Independents. As Dimmick cycles for Romero. John Baquero settles. Nicely played off of Daniel Bowman to force another Jack's throw. Dimmick for Sis. Moshabane. In front, Moshabane gets it back. Holds, Baquero scoops it. Disrupted by Johnson, held on Inga. Sis. Wall of white, centered and blocked by Lawrence. Still in play for Charlotte. All stoppage brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. Clay Dimmick. Will retreat as Spielman and Levy will try to open things up in that front third for Charlotte.
Let's get behind our jacks to see if they can get another goal.
Dimmick. Back to front. Haregi. Catch back and forth with Haregi. Dimmick back, Moshabane. Bakero back to Moshabane. Can't control, still loose. Westchester clears only as far as Inga. Bakero pokes it, can't connect. And just been Nick Spielman on JC Obregon duty. Spielman recently turning 29 at the beginning of the month. The Melbourne, Florida native. Today is his 99th appearance across all competitions for the center back. Every minute in 2025, played all but about 100 minutes last year. Part of that was missed because he got a red card and then the game he served after, but aside from that, he's played every match since 2024. Moshabane lays back, Bakero. We're through 2 of 3. Charlotte still leads. Christian Cheney back in the 20th, the helper by Omar Sis. Ingra had Johnson lost. He scoops it. Cheney as a lane. Cheney holds, fires, saved by Hammersley. And no corner, that was kept in by Lawrence. Kimar Lawrence, a wealth of MLS experience. Spent last season with UTA Ared in the top division of Romania. In the 3rd minute, is there a push for Westchester to equalize before the half? Ogeyoshi will end it for the first set of 45 plus, where Charlotte have the 1-0 lead thanks to that man right there, Christian Cheney, tying at number 2 in the league with 9 goals. With the man from Southwest Florida, Carson Henderlong. And Matt Levy has been sharp in the first set of 45. Plenty of action here in Charlotte, where the Jacks and Westchester back and forth, opportunities both ways. But at the end of the day, Charlotte have the 1-goal lead as they have the lead at the break. More from the USL and League One when we come back.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive,
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story
8 a.m.
Coming up next as well.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Returning to Charlotte, where the Independents have a 1-0 lead on Westchester SC. It is Pups at the Park Day here at American Legion Memorial Stadium, as everyone of all shapes, sizes, and leg numbers are taking in the action between the Jacks and Westchester SC. And there's been plenty from not only this game, but across all of USL League One. As we look back at match week 23 in League One, a trio of Jacks made the team of the week because of that 5-4 thriller against Greenville. Christian Chaney is up top because of his 2 goals. Rafael Jaregi, a goal and assist himself, got him a part of the team of the week. And if you look on the bench, you'll see a familiar name as well. John Baccaro getting a goal, also a part of that team of the week as well. And almost every single time you see Juan Carlos Obregon play for Westchester, you're not only gonna pretty much be good for a goal from the Honduran forward, but also most likely a team of the week performance as well, like he did in that 3-3 draw against Tormenta. And there were a lot of opportunities. Siobhan Marsh with a hat trick against Charlotte, got him player of the week, but it's an opportunity to move forward. But before we can look ahead at where we're going, we have to look back at where we've been, as we also take a look at more from the best of week 23.
It's a lovely ball into space. Mensah linking up with his former Chattanooga teammate, Siobhan Marsh, who gets the 1-2 from Robles. Siobhan Marsh on the volley! Scintillating goal! Unbelievable link-up play from the Triumph. And it is a tidy finish from Siobhan Marsh.
The ball and take aim at Portland. Ball into the box, headed away on the half volley, and it is some stop from Hunter Moore.
This week on USL All Access, the game of the century, or at least this season. 1 versus 2, Louisville versus Charleston, Pierman versus Cruz. Did it live up to the hype? And the new head coach for Las Vegas Lights, Devin Rensing, joins us to break down his roster, saying that 5-point gap between the bottom of the West and the playoff line is not only well within reach, but they have the postseason in their sights.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder.
From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Birmingham Legion, that could be
They need to win today to guarantee their place in the next round.
3% charging for Greenville. Rhode Island are back on level. T11 taking 1 goal lead.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Returning to Charlotte, where the Jacks have a 1-0 lead on Westchester SC, and there has been plenty going on league-wide across the USL and League One. We looked at Team of the Week. Now we take a look at news and notes. A new king is in town for playmaking as Spokane Velocity's Nil Vignoles 21 career assists against AV Alta, which is a new league record. And for South Georgia Tormenta, the longest tenured head coach in USL League One has stepped down. Ian Cameron has stepped down as the head man for South Georgia Tormenta as Mark McKeever, after his time in Knoxville, goes to South Georgia. Maybe an opportunity to help out a team that's had their respective defensive issues with the attacking firepower they have. Could be a nice blend for the new interim coach turnaround that you often see throughout sports. And of the 7 matches last week, 4 of them included an equalizer like Westchester did to tie things up 3-3 against Tormenta, or a game-winning goal in stoppage time like Greenville did against Charlotte in Charlotte, which were 2 heartbreakers suffered by both teams playing today. We look forward at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Courtyard, and a lot of road games for Charlotte are coming up. 3 games consecutive on the road. Of their final 10 games, 6 of them will require some travel. Omaha, Portland, Chattanooga. You also have Richmond and Knoxville in September, wrapping things up, going to Florida against Naples to end the season. As for Westchester, a very heavy backloaded schedule with 6 matches in August, 5 in September, after having multiple 4-game months for August. An opportunity to come back home to Mount Vernon. You have Portland Hearts of Pine. That could be a big 6-point swing, considering that Westchester are trying to catch Portland, currently tied at the number 8 slot with Texoma. So if there's a chance for Westchester to maybe get into that, a win versus Portland next time out could most certainly be helpful. As we look at our standings presented by Pepsi, and we mentioned it from earlier for Charlotte, this is including today's results. So Charlotte would have the 3-point advantage on Knoxville. They came in tied coming into today, but look at those extra games in hand that Knoxville have to maybe close that gap in for Westchester. It's a tight bottom half in the league from Greenville, number 7 on, as Westchester look to bridge the gap. More from Charlotte and the second half when we return.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, Relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive,
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Charlotte leads Westchester 1-0 at the halftime break. We take a look at the halftime highlights presented by Social Pet, and it's just the one goal. A lot of individual work by Omar Sis to escape a double team, and a nice curler to set up Christian Cheney. He settles, he shoots, he roofs it, and that puts this game at 1-0, the only goal of the half. And that is where things stand after 45 minutes of play. Cheney, his 9th goal of the season, top 2 in USL League One. And if you really take a look at things, it's pretty even, all things considered. You had those early onset corners for Westchester at the beginning of the game, and haven't had as many shooting attempts, but all things considered, this is pretty as down the middle as you can get, despite being a 1-0 game. And that is something for Westchester to really hang their hat on, is the fact that they're pretty much toe-to-toe with Charlotte. They know that they're a team that can beat anyone, just hasn't necessarily come their way. But they have an opportunity to maybe at the very least get a point, maybe a chance to get 2 before we wrap up the second set of 45 as we come back to the center pitch. Returning to American Legion Memorial Stadium, where Charlotte Independent hold the 1-0 lead on Westchester SC. Both teams desperate to scrape along as many points as possible with Charlotte. They only have 1 win across their last 9, and of those 8 non-winning decisions, 5 of those were draws. As for Westchester, if you exclude the game against Spokane, they have been winless in their last 8 across all comps, regular season and Jägermeister Cup included, which includes 6 losses in those last 8, a -11 goal differential. Charlotte are in the blue, right to left they go for the second half. All white for Westchester, left to right for them as we restart in the second half between Charlotte and Westchester. Ryan Lee and our ESPN Plus crew, we thank you for joining us here at American Legion Memorial Stadium, where both teams coming out of the gate pretty fast, all things considered, as Romero attempting to go long as it's right back towards Teta. Today's Charlotte Independence match is presented by Social Pet. Social Pet is proud to be the official pet hotel and daycare provider of the Charlotte Independent. When you go out of town, Social Pet Daycare has you covered. Check out online at socialpethotel.com. Fitting for Social Pet to be presenting sponsor, considering that today is Pups at the Park Day here at Charlotte, as it's an opportunity for Sadie trying to find Obregon, but cut off by Spielman. Charlotte's defense working together to chip it out. Vaquero not accurate towards Cheney. Deep ball overshot. Maybe a chance for Westchester as they get the throw in. A return for many of these players on Westchester, including Joel Johnson, J.C. Obregon, the lone forward in the 4-2-3-1 for Dave Carton. Longtime assistant, headed along, Obregon across for Powder. Track, centers, back heels, Obregon spins, fires, and just outside of the range of Matt Levy. However, it took a clip on Levy, so it will be a corner for Westchester. Another meeting of two familiar faces between J.C. Obregon and Matt Levy, who was primarily a backup last year to Austin Pack. As this is the first corner for Westchester, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Sky high, centered and out. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. And the whistle is down. The choice from our officiating crew in the green, Elton Garcia, Ben Weigel, Marcus Moss, the assistant referees, and Promise Adebayo is the fourth official for today's match. First whistle being made by Elton Garcia, only just shy of 3 minutes from the halftime break. Guzan goes short. Johnson around to Powder. Powder loads up and right to Levy. The ex-midfielder from the Northern Colorado Hailstorm gave it a try from range, but Matt Levy had eyes all the way through. And for both teams, a lot of the struggles defensively have been in late game scenarios. Both Charlotte and Westchester, we talked about in that news of notes how 4 of the 7 games last week were either equalized or won in stoppage time. Both of these two suffering that fate over the weekend. However, for Westchester, it was to steal a point against Tormenta. For Charlotte, they lost the 1 point and gave the full 3 to Greenville, back here in Charlotte. For Mike Jeffries, just talking about how he had unnecessarily red cards playing a factor. They felt pretty good most of the way for the overall way that they played, the way they held up. However, they just want to try to move on from these tough results, treat each one like a one-off, that they're not the identity of the team, that they are just simply a blip in the radar that they are easily able to overcome because they know that they can be better, and they have during the season, just not as of late. Fabrice Inga centers. Moshabane around. Wide for Haregi. Haregi to Demick, centering, feed took a deflection, but wide on the head of Moshabane, but kept in play by Fabrice Inga. Inga blocked by Joel Johnson in the first corner of the half for Charlotte. John Baquero ready to come in for the first Chick-fil-A corner of the second half. Coming after some time in the USL Championship with Memphis 901 FC of last year. As Baquero's ready to serve. Only Andrew Hammersley was in the direction. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket for great seats. Down the gut for Obregon. Leaves it for Guzan. Receives from Drac. Yoshi came to Westchester only about a month ago after being a free agent after his time in college was over. Prince Sadie double teamed. Inga sends it down. Cheney and Lawrence tangled up. Guzan deep for Obregon. Can't keep it in. It's been a tough homecoming for JC Obregon. He's been having bodies swarming him everywhere he goes. Coming off of a goal against Tormenta last time out to be a part of the team of the week. He had 20 goals in 33 total matches with Charlotte a year ago. That one goal was not just enough for him to be second in the Golden Boot race a year ago, but that one season was enough to put him in the top 5 of all-time Charlotte Independence goal scorers. Has already had similar progress with Westchester, already in double digits prior to today, as the flag goes up by the assistant referees. Talked about second half miscues from Charlotte the last time out against Greenville. For Dave Carton, a lot of the frustration can be mirrored. A lot of it due to individual errors, poorly timed fouls and penalties have allowed other teams to get freebies at times. As the clearance blocked, Bashir and Jai, fancy footwork back to Romero. Charlotte put in a second. Haregi to Cheney. Back to Haregi. Denied by Lawrence. And Jai maintains the cycle. Dimmick. The current active leader in matches played by Charlotte Independence is Clay Dimmick. Takes the feed. Dimmick, edge of the area. Centering attempted for Cheney, but blocked. This will go out of play for a Charlotte ball. Dimmick to the South African Moshabane. Inga. John Baquero loads up. Centering, deflected by Lawrence before it can find Cheney. And that was last touched out of play by the Jacks. It was Omar Sis. Mike Jeffries looks on his former assistant, Dave Carton, on the other end. Looking for his 170th win across all competitions is Mike Jeffries. Cheney blocked by Lawrence, back from Moshabane, and Lawrence doing some great work in the center back to deny Charlotte twice. However, the feed by Sadie straight back to Baquero. Inga crosses, Haregi harassed, falls for Cheney. And Jai can't get around. Westchester worked the wing, Obregon, Spielman, all over him, literally and physically. Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents. With same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Prince Sadie. Johnson centers. No one in white able to receive before Haregi sends out of play. Johnson. Driven to Sadie. And the roadblock. Fabrice Inga in front. And Sadie has made his contribution to Miami FC before his two most recent stops last year with Rhode Island and Charleston. Okiyoshi chops at the legs of Mo Shabane, and this will draw the first yellow card of the match. It will go to Taimu Okiyoshi, Japanese midfielder, with the first yellow card of the match. And Okiyoshi, the touch was just too far in front of him, stuck the leg out. Minute, and that is where we get the first card, and Mo Shabane is still slow to get up.
Non-alcoholic beverage of the Charlotte Independents. Stay on the pulse and grab an ice cold Pepsi while you enjoy tonight's match, because it's Pepsi. That's what
So
we
adjustments made by the two ex-Jacks, Dave Carton and JC Obregon. Dave Carton departed after 17 years with the Charlotte Independence organization this past August. The Irish manager just really focusing on making those adjustments towards the end of the season, talking about how this table is really tight. Things can turn around really quickly, especially with the overall parity in the league, how anything happens in any game. Good to see Temi Moshabane back on his feet. He's back on his feet unassisted. The Greenville game was not just Christian Cheney's 200th professional match, that was also Temi Moshabane's as well. However, for Moshabane, a lot of that time was spent predominantly within the U.S. in the USL Championship. His debut season was with Lansing Ignite in USL League One in 2019, but a couple of years in the championship and returned to League One with Charlotte. Johnson, turnaround, wants to let Obregon free. He touches as he's one-on-one with Njai. Obregon and Njai taken down in the box. Whistle goes, corner. Right after that stumble by Obregon, the question was it going to be a corner or a penalty? They give him a corner as just some jostling back and forth with the two former teammates. Bashir Njai in his third season with Charlotte, as this will draw another Westchester corner. All corners in today's match are brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Johnson short. Drac to serve. Powder. Disrupted by Sis, and now he's got a break with Baquero. Baquero awaits help. There's a man in the box back in Matt Levy's penalty area. You have the man down, it's Bashir Njai, who was a little slow. Just take a look at that last sequence. He just took that ball head on, and looks like it might have just been a little bit of a disorientation after taking the contact to the head, and it's an opportunity for Dave Carton to make the first set of subs. He's got Ermin Makic and Stephen Payne on the entry, as all substitutions are brought to you by Atlas Chiropractic. Stephen Payne will take the Okiyoshi yellow card to the bench for the 27-year-old. Spent the last 2 seasons in League One with Forward Madison for the ex-UCLA Bruin. And then Ermin Makic, 20 years old, who is from Queens. He is playing in his home state of New York. However, his native country of Montenegro, where he was a part of the top tier in Montenegro soccer period with FK Jezero. He also got subbed in that last little intermission. First 2 moves made in the lineups by Dave Carton. Aquafina is the official water and hydration partner of the Charlotte Independents. When the game heats up, cool down with Aquafina. Whole lot of chances in that first half. You had a combined 12 shots attempted. Shots on target were split at 2-all. Only the 3 attempts, however, the only 2 that have threatened either keeper were 2 towards Matt Levy. Dragged down as he was pretzeled up with Omar Sis. As you just had this back and forth with Sis and with Drac. Just going at each other, a little bit of physicality. And Elton Garcia wants to pull Nick Spielman for a chat. Additional notes from the bench. Juan David Moreno, right after he got subbed on against Greenville, got sent off. Noah Powder wiggles through. In front, across, Powder to Obregon. Guzan, Johnson. Prince Sadie to center, disrupted by Spielman. Back to Joel Johnson. Sadie alongside. He serves, headed up. And whistle goes as Dimmick hits the deck. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the MLS, USL Premier League, and more. All on Sirius. Swaybu Maru was subbed in at the half the last time these two came on. He is on the bench today after serving his red card suspension. The red card he took against Taxoma served the suspension against Greenville. But only Dave Card has made the 2 moves. Making a move is Westchester alongside Noah Powder. Bodied off by Inga, out of play, and another Westchester corner. 3 in each half for Westchester as Noah Powder, maybe a little bit of an overtouch on that first one, but it will be another Chick-fil-A corner to Westchester. They've got 6-3 each half. Touch by Teta, recovered by Makic. Lawrence, Payne. Can't connect to Obregon as Romero steps up. Miscommunication there with Injai and Horegi. Westchester might have found form with their 3-goal game against Tormenta. They had 3 goals, 1 in each of the 3 games prior to that. Might have refound the form that allowed them to be one of the fastest flying offenses across USL League One as play continues on. Still jostling for possession at center. Johnson wins it from Njai. Lots of clamoring for a whistle, but nothing will go. Officials are letting this one play out a little more in the second half. Especially for 2 teams who are on opposite ends of the physicality spectrum, if you would. Westchester, the most fouls across the league. Charlotte Independents, second to last. Powder cuts across, slides it, Obregon. Draped by Spielman. Obregon can't escape. He's tripped up and will win the free kick. We saw the discussions with Spielman and the official earlier. This time it will only draw the foul as just a little bit of tangled up feet, but when you have someone who can move like JC Obregon, can make life difficult for defenders like it did even with a former second-team League One in Nick Spielman. He gets a yellow after all that was said and done. Dean Guzan directing traffic. 26-year-old Dutch midfielder, pro for a decade. Low driver, Obregon spins, fires wide.
The shot is wide. It's a goal kick for Charlotte.
Charlotte Independence is proud to share a home field with Carolina Ascent FC, the new Division I women's professional soccer team. For more information on this exciting new Super League and this team, visit carolinaascent.com. You mentioned a lot of the road games by Charlotte, and Jai got a yellow at the end of that last sequence as well. A little bit of less than friendly language, to say the least. Guzan, nice tackle made by Moshe Bane to free up Omar Sis. Short for Baquero, Stephen Payne steps in. Turnover to his ex-Madison teammate Christian Cheney, dragged down, advantage played. Baquero, Moshe Bane. Slides it across, but over. Cheney wanted the foul as he got the turnover on his ex-forward Madison teammate, Stephen Payne. They were together in those 2 seasons. For both of their only 2 seasons with Madison, they were both there from 23 to 24. Christian Cheney wanted the whistle and a set piece. Referee decided to play on instead. Makic and Powder centers for Guzan. Sadie. Sadie to center. Obregon waits. Attempted feed blocked off by Charlotte as Baquero wants to spring Cheney free. Banging bodies. Lawrence retreats. Makic. Sadie. Guzan. Clogged lanes, so he splits to Johnson. Rainbowed in, Levy disrupted, still loose. Payne fires off the bar, did it cross the line. Spielman heads it out. Referee says play on. They said it did not cross the line. Westchester's back on the ball. And some contact after the play. We have plenty of Charlotte Independence players down in their own box. And this will have to be sorted out. Levy's one of them, Romero one of them. Still unsure if that ball went bar down or not. It was just this play where you had Romero and Levy. The shot by Payne went down. You have to go super slow-mo to see that one. That was a little hard to see in real time. But it's Levy who is down to get up. You also have the defender, Javier Romero. Mike Jeffries ready for a trio of subs, and another one for Dave Carton as well. All substitutes brought to you by Atlas Chiropractic. So we have 4 total subs coming up. Samori Powder will replace Dean Guzan. Powder in his first professional season after spending some time in college with the University of Portland. He will replace a midfielder, Dean Guzan. And then the trio coming up for Mike Jeffries, all in the 73rd minute. It is Swaybu Maru who was subbed in, got that miraculous second half hat trick against Westchester up in Mount Vernon. He was out against Greenville due to a red card suspension that he served. Christopher Jaime, Anton Sorensen stand alongside as well, but they want to check on the status of the 2 men in the box. And while that is being settled, it is Swaybu Maru in, Christian Cheney exits. So Cheney will exit the game being the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league as of now. You also have Christopher Jaime replacing Temi Moshabane and Anton Sorensen, who will take the place of John Baquero.
Also coming on, number 13, Anthony Sorensen. For number 9, John Baquero.
Anton Sorensen, 20 matches across all competitions this season in his 2nd season with Charlotte. And Chris Jaime came in after the season started, where he was a part of the LAFC organization, was Jaime for 2 seasons. And he has some familiarity with the USL in a loan stint with the Las Vegas Lights in 2021 through 2022. Cheney, Baquero, and Moshabani exit. Maru, Sorensen, and Jaime enter. And keep in mind, the referees can only go by the discussions on the field. There is no VAR. So even if the ball did cross the line, which even by frame, looks like it was just outside of the line. Westchester still down by 1. We move on, we play on. That was a whole lot to sort through, but we're back in business. Jaime scraps with Stephen Payne. Takedown on the boundary. Getting up is Samori Powder. Foul on Jaime. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
Red card, disqualification shown to the Westchester bench.
A red card came out in that stoppage to the Westchester bench. It is not going to Dave Carton. It is going to go to one of the officials, however, the assistant coaches, however. Sean Riley, Gary Philpott are the assistants on Coach Carton's staff. Headed up in the area, up for grabs, offside. Ever wanted to kick around a professional soccer field or work on the pitch hand in hand with a pro player? Here's your chance. Our group outings will give everyone an unforgettable night with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Visit charlotteindependence.com/groups for more details. Charlotte Independence looking for their last win across all competitions. You have to look towards the end of July, where they had a 3-0 win against Richmond in the final round of the group stage of the Jägermeister Cup. In USL League One play, you have to look midway through June in a 1-0 victory against the team they just played last, Greenville. That's been a lot of those low-scoring games that have been pretty much stamped onto Charlotte's identity over years past. Dimmick just lost control. The yellow card comes up at the very end. Dimmick is the one joining the book. A little bit of extracurriculars with the ball after it went out of play. A little frustration he couldn't keep it in bounds. As Joel Johnson and Kemar Lewis work the back for Westchester. Maybe some late game heroics. It's a strip. Christopher Jaime, after the steal by Swaybu Maru, sets up Maru. Maru tries to cross. He's disrupted by Teta. And it will be Westchester. Inga. Jaime. Jaime has options. He waits. Crosses. Sorensen! Punched out by Hammersley. Corner for Charlotte. And now Charlotte, maybe some fresh legs will bring fresh energy. Nice feed by Anton Sorensen. Hasn't scored a goal since he scored the first goal of the season for Charlotte to give them that 1-0 draw to open the season. Sorensen will serve with Baquero on the bench. This is the second Charlotte corner of the half, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Anton Sorensen to serve. Skied high out of play. It's your experience on your schedule. Stay tuned in on Charlotte's Independence channels to be the first to hear about our 2025 mini plans. Charlotte Independence is committed to keeping soccer accessible and affordable. Visit charlotteindependence.com for more details. Final 10 minutes. Westchester down 1. Back in the 20th minute, Christian Cheney from Omar Sis. Both teams have dealt with their late game dramatics, to say the least. Westchester, most points allowed from winning position. Stephen Payne flips it. Obregon twirls as Johnson maintains movement. Drac double teamed. A nice steal by Anton Sorensen. Full steam ahead as he barrels through his former teammate. And Johnson will get the yellow, and he has to be careful because the last time these two played, he took 2 to give the one-man advantage to Charlotte. Now he gets his first yellow. And a little bit of gamesmanship perhaps by Sorensen. 2-year crossover between Sorensen and Johnson. Fans, join us at American Legion Memorial September 7. Gates open at 6. Charlotte will go on a 3-game road trip following this game against Westchester, maybe trying to bring a trio of points with them. Some of that with the USL Super League ready to rejoin action in the coming weeks before the end of August, and Teta was unable to keep it in play, so this will just be a gimme of a corner to Charlotte. Third of the half brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Number 13, Anthony Sorensen, over the corner kick for the Jacks.
Westchester need to maintain the collective calm especially for a team that has leaked goals. But they have been ones to have those individual errors themselves. As the corner is served in, back post. Spielman hits the outside of the frame.
Nick Spielman gets ahead on it, but it goes over the end line. Goal kick, Westchester.
The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. One 0 Charlotte leads on Westchester. The lone goal came back in the 20th minute. Westchester have been down first 9 times this season. They've climbed back for points in 5 of those 9. Deep ball, headed to center. Blocked before it got to Obregon. Jaime just buys room. Obregon at center. He was the only Westchester player in the region. Hammersley has to come out as Jaime was full steam ahead. Johnson in pain. Up for Samori Powder, cross, deflected, Romero. Jaime looks out with Johnson creeping. Suebu Maru awaits help. Aregi. Jaime in space. Jaime looking for Maru. There's some nice defensive work by Westchester. Possession doesn't last. When getting the opening goal, Charlotte, they have been able to close those games out with points. 7-2 and 3 when getting the opener. However, Sorensen cannot hold on. Gatorade is the official sports drink provider of the Charlotte Independents. After a long day on the field or at the gym, replenish those electrolytes with Gatorade's many flavored sports drinks. Has cooled down a bit in Charlotte. As started off closer to 90 at kickoff. It's dropped down to 80. It's been cloudy all day, but things have since dissipated. Lawrence and Sadie back and forth. Teta around to Johnson. Charlotte playing in their second game in an 11-day stretch. They includes their game 6 days ago against Greenville and have another one in the midweek on the road against Los Bujos and the reigning champs Union Omaha. Before traveling to the expansion side, Portland Hearts of Pine might be desperate to keep a playoff slot, and the Chattanooga Red Wolves, who occupied first place before being overtaken by Spokane. Makic. Samori Powder. Attempted service blocked by Jaime. And Westchester takes the throw back. At this point, if you're Mike Jeffries, do you maybe try to slam the door shut, or do you just hang on for dear life? Under 5 minutes to go. Johnson. Noah Powder. Twirls around Maru. Makic fires and high.
Shot over the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick for the Jacks. Substitution on the field. Charlotte making the Atlas chiropractic adjustment. Coming into the game.
So Mike Jeffries will take his 4th substitution, and this is a very interesting one. You have an attacking midfielder, Rafael Haregi, coming out for a man who is listed as a center back in Pele Osmanu. 20 appearances across all competitions, on loan from Hartford Athletic of the USL Championship. His first 2 seasons in the U.S. since starting his young career in the United Arab Emirates in 2023. That's Osmano in, Haregi out. Just shy of second half stoppage. Falls for Samori Powder. Payne curls it out of range of Obregon. Kept alive by Noah Powder. Drac and Sadie work the far side. Drac. Last touch by Spielman. This will be Westchester ball. Payne's cross clips Jaime. Corner for Westchester. 4 of the half, 7 of the game for Chick-fil-A for Westchester. It's Pups at the Park Day here at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Who have the bigger dogs? In Westchester, tie things up at 1 and split the points at 1. 90th minute. Noah Powder. High, tangled, overhead kick to clear by Charlotte. Drac again, curls it. Sissa header, settled by Obregon. Splits out. Powder. We're in stoppage time. All stoppage brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of NC. Sends it across, headed up. Sadie leaves it. Makic. Served again. Not high enough. Samori Powder from range and over. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official health insurance provider of the Charlotte Independents. Blue Cross NC makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, Medicaid plans from Blue Cross North Carolina. Better care starts here. Charlotte looking to snap a 7-game unbeaten run after starting off the season as one of the best teams across the league. 7-2-3, they started their first dozen matches. However, they succumbed to the longest scoring run since they joined USL League One. Looking for their first regulation win since midway through June. It would be 2 months to the day. Dave Carton still has 2 subs in the pocket if he wishes to use them. Mike Jeffries has used 4 of his 5, including one of them a complete personnel change with a center back for an attacking midfielder. Haregi and Usmanu changing sides just before stoppage started. But we're a third of the way through second half stoppage. Do Westchester have a miracle of their own? JC Obregon tied it against Tormenta in the weekend. Is this one served across and into the hands of Matt Levy? Levy, what a way to recover if he hangs on, especially considering the fact that he was getting hammered by Greenville a week ago, and another sub will be coming from Westchester. In stoppage time, Prince Sadie will make his exit. Juan Palma will enter. 26-year-old Colombian is Palma in his first season in USL League One after spending the last two in the championship with the Charleston Battery. He spent his first 4 professional seasons in his home country of Colombia with Once Caldas. Taking down at the Westchester end, it is their ball. And this is an inopportune time for Kemar Lawrence to have an injury. But does it maybe buy some extra time for Westchester at the end? Guilty of the foul and gave the ball back to Charlotte Independent, as Lawrence is very slow to get up. That was off of the throw in, and the last deflects off of Suebu Maru, but he grabbed at the knee immediately. Not a great sign as he's still getting looked at on the sideline. So Charlotte temporarily a man up. Clay Dimmick, Sorensen takes it back. Curls it across. Jaime settles. Payne jumps in the lane. And Jai receives for Dimmick. Dave Carton does have an injury, does have a substitution left if he wants to use it on the injury on Lawrence. Brian Vasquez and Bobby Pierre are the last 2 field players. The other one is Dane Jockerman, who's on loan from Loudoun. Also spent a loan stint with Charlotte for 6 days in 2022. Played all of 2 matches with the Jacks a little over 26 months ago. I made the assistant. Charlotte clears. Inga helps out. Maru steps forward. Johnson stumbles. Maru sets up Sorensen. Suebu Maru blocked in front. Trickles to the edge, where it's kept by Josh Drack. In the 6th minute of 6. And there will be a stoppage in play.
The offside flag was up.
Mike Jeffries talking about how end games have been tricky throughout the entire season. Does that occur here today? Long ball, Romero takes down Samori Powder. Free kick coming for Westchester. And a yellow card for Romero when that's all said and done as well.
Shown to number 5, Javier Romero.
Just a little turn on the backside by Romero. 90+6 on the yellow. If any of the 3 defenders do get another yellow, wouldn't be opportune, but probably wouldn't come at a better time. Andrew Hammersley joins the free kick set. Do we have some late game heroics like Austin Pack did for Tormenta over the weekend? Hammersley joins the fray as Noah Powder gets ready to serve. Powder curls it, Hammersley the touch. Cleared out by Charlotte, still alive for Westchester. Powder. Around to Payne. Powder again, clips it, and Levy with the grab. Charlotte holds on. 2 months in the making. Charlotte are back in the win column, and Mike Jeffries, he's still the master, and Dave Carton remains the student. Our man of the match. Brought to you by Aquafina. Christian Cheney, the lone goal scorer in today's game, back in the 20th minute. His 9 goals put him at second in USL League One. And that caps off his 95th appearance in the league. As Cheney's goal is the lone difference maker, we have our man of the match. Christian Cheney, that opening goal is our play of the match, brought to you by Novant Health. And this play doesn't start if Omar Sis doesn't slip by and sets up Cheney inside of the area, about 10 meters out. And what a service by Sis, and the bury by Cheney as it puts Christian Cheney into the classic acrobatics. Our save of the match, brought to you by Social Pet. Matt Levy was peppered all game long. He's been getting those opportunities just churned at him, having to deal with 13 total attempts and 3 on target by Westchester, but holds on for a clean sheet, recovering after the 5-game outing against Greenville. Charlotte holds on for the 1-0 lead against Westchester, back in the win column for the first time in 2 months. We wrap up in Charlotte when we return.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Back in Charlotte, where the Jacks held on for dear life to get that final whistle and a clean sheet win for Charlotte, their first in 2 months. It snaps a 7-game winless drought that they suffered as they get the 3 points to jump to the top 4 in USL League One. As we take a look back at how we got here in our full-time highlights, brought to you by Social Pet, and it really starts and ends here with this effort by Omar Sis to slip by for Sis. That would be his 2nd assist of the season in his 101st League One match, setting up Christian Cheney. He's got 9 goals in 201 professional matches for the 30-year-old Christian Cheney, top 2 in the league. He jumps up with that goal, but Westchester, they had chance after chance. That was probably the best of the bunch, just narrowly clipped Matt Levy in the fingertips. And this was about a quarter hour left to go. You had a big jumble in the area, and this was the one that Westchester thought had the game-tying goal. You slow things down, Stephen Payne lets it rip, and no matter how far you slow it down, you can't definitively call that one in with the lack of VAR. 10 minutes left to go, fresh set of subs for Mike Jeffries, and Sorensen had an opportunity to give it a go. However, it was held off by Andrew Hammersley, who only got 1 behind him, and It was really a lot of an even game in the first half. Westchester trying to surge back in the second, as our full-time stats are presented by Social Pet. And it was a lot of Westchester in this game, but Charlotte, when they had the ball, they made the most of it. They had the one scoring chance. They dominated in the XG as well. 0.4 for Westchester, 1.24 for the Independents. So it pretty much lines up to how the overall game as they hit the road in Papillion to play the reigning champs Union Omaha. It's been a doozy here in Westchester. Some homecomings that were bitter, but home dirt defended for Charlotte as they win this game 1-0. For our entire ESPN Plus crew, thank you for joining us at American Legion Memorial Stadium. My name is Ryan Lee. Have a great rest of your night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.